How we doing?
Good, good. Congrats on Rory, bro. I knew I was gonna wake up and see him demolish Spawn.
Yeah, he whooped his ass.
He wasn't gonna choke that one. I knew Spawn was gonna choke, though. He always does in those positions.
Yeah, that was good to see.
Yeah, I'm sure it made you feel good right away. You're like, oh yeah, this is in the bag. Yeah, a good way to start the morning. I gotta get into that stuff Relic has been doing. Maybe we can talk about it today. Actually, I don't know if you can touch on it, but I know you did a field report on it too. But I see everybody doing this new gambling thing in our DFS chat. I just haven't gotten into it. I don't even know if Canada can do it. I need to check in on it.
Yeah, yeah, I've been doing it too. It's been pretty sweet.
Yeah, I see
Um,
good results.
yeah, if you're able to, I don't know. It depends on what. I don't know if Canada can. It depends on if you have enough sports books. Like if you
Exactly.
can
Yeah.
access DraftKings and FanDuel and stuff.
No, I can't. I think I. Oh no, I can't. I can't even do FanDuel. I think only Ontario could. That's kind of why I'm always fucking sidelined from these things. It's so dumb, bro. Just let people gamble. Or it's not that hard. Just let people do what they
All
want to
right.
do. They're trying to like. It's so funny because they're pushing it so hard. Like they're pushing DraftKings everywhere. You know what I mean? They're like every single nation and province, and like they're all pushing gambling to the max these days. But they're still limiting you on what you can do. It's like I don't know. It's so weird. Just make it fucking. Make it normal for everybody. Let us lose our money. But yeah, man. Other than that, how are you? How's everything?
Yeah, we're doing good here. Stuff's it's been nicer weather here, so that's been good. It's been a pretty fucking gloomy winter. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, it was
like it's
bad.
been
It was bad.
one of the rougher winters
It
this
was tough.
year.
Yeah, we had a lot of exactly same here. We had a lot of snow and it was just a rough winter. Even if it wasn't snow, it was always something happening. It was a disaster. But yeah,
Yeah,
we're starting to come out of
yeah,
this. That's
doing
nice.
good. Kinda slow market. It's a good time for I'm big into college basketball, so it's been a good time for March Madness to start up, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna do a bracket challenge for NBHQ with some prizes from the community fund, so that'll be fun.
Okay, sick. That would be nice.
Um, yeah, man, we can get into it if you're ready.
Yeah, ready? There's like 6 people in here. It's all staff.
Yeah, I know. I
uh,
market where
yeah. Well, let's give it 2 minutes. I know people usually just come in late anyway, so whatever. I'll give it
yeah.
2 minutes, then I'll start. Just
Okay.
so people can kind of get it. But you're right. It's been such a weird market that I don't expect too many people, but it's okay. There's always recordings. I don't know what happened to me this week. I destroyed my shoulder, and I guess I'm getting old because I guess I hurt myself sleeping. I have no fucking idea. I woke up and my fucking shoulder was in shambles, bro. I could barely feel it. I had to like crawl out of bed practically. It was really bad, and it hasn't gotten. It got like a bit better, but it's just been so like I don't know what I did. Maybe it's tendinitis or something, but it felt so weak on day one, and now it's starting to get a bit better, but I still can't do too much with it. Very weird.
Damn.
Yeah, it sucks. I wish I could just take a couple weeks off, but that's not how my life works. Other than that, yeah, just been ripping a lot of Pokemon, been buying a lot of packs and keeping them closed. It's been fun. I've been, finding new hobbies and stuff. It's cool. Learning how to fly my drone better. A bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you said you're gonna rip some packs that
I think I will, yeah. Right after this, I'm
show.
gonna try
Give
to
me the
rip a
show.
few. Yeah, hopefully. Let's see if it would be nice if Silva
Be
and
fun.
Ezrin jumped in. They'd love to see this stuff. I'd probably tag them so they could come in if they don't jump in. Yeah, we can get started. If people join, they'll join after. But yeah, let's do it. GM, everybody, welcome to Wake and Jake. Obviously, a little bit of a lighter crowd, slower market with pockets of activity. If you're active, there's still money to be made. We've seen that throughout the last couple weeks. And obviously, that's because there's less people here. Things are more focused, and if you're paying attention, you can make money. You just need to be in and out quick sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I like sideways action. I like if we stay like this for a few weeks, I'm okay with it. Like there's always things to do, and it's kind of quiet. We don't have to, kill ourselves to make money and just enjoy life while we're at it. So yeah, but yeah, poop. After the show, some pack rips. Let's do it. But yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Jake, how are you seeing things? Have you been active? How's everything?
Yeah, we can go over it. I haven't been super into stuff. It's been pretty choppy here the past week. No big movements really. Yeah, Bitcoin up 5% on the week. Nice to see. ETH down 5%.
Fucking ETH.
Of course, fucking ETH as always. I think XRP
XRP is doing
flipped
good. Yeah.
flipped ETH's fully diluted value. Yeah, they did.
Oh, fucking XRP, bro.
Fucking
I wanted to put
XRP.
a long in at 2.1. I'm like, I have a feeling this is gonna bounce so hard, and I never did it. But it feels like one of those, like it's like one of the coins of this cycle, and it's impossible to ignore.
Yeah, XRP. There was like I think it was over the weekend. They had it pumped a good amount, and especially, or at least like in comparison to the other coins, and then there came out news that it was gonna, like, SEC's like considering them a commodity or something, and not a. Basically, there's like more favorable ways that they're treated, in the eyes of the government, and that bumped it quite a bit. And it just like it kind of just goes to show, especially on stuff like XRP, that's like so closely tied to Trump. There's just so much insider trading in the market right now on this stuff. Like if you see some relative strength for coins like XRP, then you can almost guarantee there's gonna be some positive news coming out on it within the next like 24 hours. Um, And then, oh yeah, final one, Soul is up about 6% on the week as well. Um, so yeah, some mild movement, generally trending up over this last week, which is good. We kind of hit a local bottom under the 80K mark. It seems like 80K has been a decently strong support as of right now. As far as what I'm seeing from people who are good macro traders that I trust, people like Don. I mean, largely it's been like a wait and see from them. Like they don't really know exactly what's gonna happen. 70K is a really strong support point on the high time frame. So I mean, we could obviously dip under it briefly, but if we did get down there, that would probably be a good spot to buy the dip. If we were to get to that point across the board, probably. Don thinks we might just bottom here at 80K itself. But again, it's kind of right now. It's pretty wait and see. And then on Web3 Quant, he said he thinks he's probably a little bit more optimistic. He thinks that could be the bottom. The briefly under 80K spot there. And he likes V reversal as soon as we get some type of like government intervention to help out the markets, which we don't really know when that's going to be. I also am not 100% sure what he meant by government intervention. I'm assuming like a rate cut would be one of the things, but I guess any type of like money printing, or strong reversal of these tariff trends, I would assume is kind of what he meant by that. So again, there's not I wish I had more like actionable info on macro stuff right now, but it feels pretty wait and see. I guess in general it seems to be consensus that it's going to take a while for us to get back to um for us to bounce. I feel like like it's right now the crypto fear and greed index last week it was extreme fear, and this week it's at like basically on the border of fear and extreme fear. So it's like gone up slightly, but it's very much in a bearish stance. Whereas we're kind of just sitting at 83K Bitcoin. We've crawled up a little bit. Like I feel like overall things don't look terrible on the crypto side of things, and yet sentiment's so bad, and that's usually a pretty good spot. I would say to start to take a little more risk. Obviously the Warren Buffett, buy when others are, or be greedy when others are fearful. But in general, yeah, I don't have a lot to take from macro side right now, and I think that's fine. You don't always need to have like a strong direction when it comes to the market. Sometimes just wait and see is the play, and that's kind of what it feels like right now.
Yeah, sitting on hands is usually the play here. I made a mistake and I just went too heavy even on shit coins, and that just wrecked me a little bit. But that's on me. Like I should have been in and out. I was in profit a few times and I didn't take it, so whatever. But and I know better because yeah, this market's just trash right now. So you need to be in and out, and you need to be more like focused. Really, just pay attention and don't. I wouldn't even leverage right now because you don't know where we're gonna go. It's so choppy. Even the best leverage traders are gonna get wrecked right now. Speaking of leverage, I don't know if you guys saw that huge $400 million short that someone put in on Bitcoin over the
Mhm.
weekend. That was a nice little battle we saw. We saw like CT come together and try to liquidate him, but obviously that was never going to happen. He just kept adding to his position, and a whole war ensued. There's news that came out that that whole short might be delta neutral. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I'm not sure how that even happens. I have to look into that more. But it's been
It
fun to
means
see
that
CT. Yeah, go ahead, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say it means that they have a long position that cancels it out basically.
Oh yeah, okay. Because I thought it had something to
Just
do with
in a different spot. They wouldn't have it on the same account with probably a different exchange or something.
I see. I think there's a way of. I'm not sure if this is because there's a way of calculating funding rates into that too, but I'm not sure how that works. But anyway, I think yeah, it must be that. It must be because they have both sides of it. Again, I don't see any. I saw one guy talk about that, so I'm not sure. But usually this information is on chain. You can tell, especially with this much size. But yeah, so that was a fun little thing we saw over the weekend. Someone with a with a big short, and people were going crazy on Twitter. And but yeah, if that is actually a non-delta neutral position, he's up a few mil right now since Bitcoin crashed ever since he opened it. That's been fun to follow. Other than that, yeah, just a lot of choppiness, and I think eventually we do end up trending back upwards. I just don't know when. And the closer we get to May, the more I'm nervous because selling May and go away is always real, and it's always a real fear at least. So yeah, I just don't know if we're gonna have any bullishness before the summer or right after the summer, but we might be into this shit for a few months really. If we don't get any bullishness like real soon, but we'll see. I mean, yeah, it's fine. We made money all bear, a little bit less obviously, and more spread out. But if you're active, there's like I was saying earlier, if you're active, there's money to be made. You just got to be careful and take it easy. So whatever, just keep doing your thing, and if you're careful, you'll make money. Good thing about MVHQ is we're always talking about different ways of making money. I see a lot of different chats, a lot of different threads still crushing it, albeit few and far between, obviously, compared to before. But people in the DFS chat are making good bets right now and finding good edge in a lot of different markets. You have NFTs that are pumping, and we're going to talk about that too, where we're having a lot of success there. If some people were paying attention, they could have gotten to a Good Vibes Club or even some abstract NFTs early. And yeah, even abstract in general, the farm is fun. So we've been doing good work in here. Just have to stay
Yeah,
active.
trading cards as well, right?
Trading cards, yeah, we've been that's more degenerate, but yeah, we've been buying a lot of Pokemon and ripping that and getting lucky, and also just finding closed product for cheap and holding on to it, or just flipping closed product is always good too. So that's a big focus is going there with a lot of us. It's just stay active, find different opportunities, not even just in crypto, just there's so much you can do. So that's what we've been doing. But yeah, if you have nothing else on macro, we can pivot.
Um, yeah, I want to open it up if anyone else in the crowd here has any takes on where we are at in a macro sense, Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, traditional markets.
I wanted to quickly chime in. I have noticed a slight climb up from some of the AI coins. Notably, Virtuals is showing some strength, and I think that coincides pretty definitively off of this small retrace because it is off of slightly lower volume. But it is something to keep an eye on. Things are down 90 to 95%, even on really strong AI projects, stuff like ARC, which again is partnered with the Solana Foundation. So some of these like stronger ecosystem AI projects are one that I'm certainly keeping an eye on because I do think they're going to have really high upside when we do get that leg up. But I do think it is going to coincide with a leg up from the majors themselves. So wouldn't front run the trade or anything, but I would just continue to keep an eye there because I do think the AI meta really hasn't fully taken into effect. The first wave was a little bit short lived, so we'll see what happens, but just something to keep an eye out because I do think there are some strong levels here, and you can start to see them trend upward. So wanted to flag that.
Yeah, Ross, that's a good call. I mean, we were down so hard on those that eventually they're gonna have to bounce and move up. We've seen it. We've seen it before with other metas or trends where after a period of quiet, people are in disbelief because they're seeing crazy run ups. Like, will they get 12-time highs? I don't know. Maybe not. There's just so many of them now, but maybe some will. Like I'm not counting it out. I think that's a very good shout, especially at these lows. Like, people were looking to buy them so high. Why not look into them now when they're at lows? Your multipliers can be so much better than if you were buying tops a few months ago or a few weeks ago.
Yeah, for sure. And to that point, Jinzo, there are just too many projects, which is why I would focus your attention on the broader ecosystem. So stuff like virtual, stuff like ARC, stuff like AI16Z, where like a lot of projects will be building off of it. I think those are safer bets because they have some quote floor in them. Other projects would be VVV and then SQD, not SQDGN, but SQD, the data. That's actually been holding fantastically over the past couple of weeks. But yeah, there's definitely some plays to be made. We saw the same stuff with NFTs. We've seen it with shitcoins before. Like, AI could completely fade away. I think a lot of the stuff that we've seen up until this point is largely vaporware, but in terms of the infrastructure and some of these SDKs that people have developed that will like allow future iterations on them, those I think are pretty solid bets, just given that they're still going to be leveraged for future AI products. So again, I like the risk reward, but give it some time.
Yeah, I think that's a great shout. A lot of these, especially you really don't need to gamble on, especially the shout about like the majors. Like, you really don't need to gamble on these side ones. If you look at the majors, I mean, there's a lot of them for the most part are still down like 90% from their all-time high or so. So there's a lot of room back up if they were to, recapture that attention or that meta, or even get like a slight, um, you know, pump back to like half of where they were. It's still quite the multiplier than what they are right now. So stuff like I mean, even I still really big on Fartcoin. I think they have like a super hardcore like community of people who believe in Fartcoin, and like it still has like such a big like social presence, I'd say. And I think that could come back. It's showing some real strength among. I have like an AI um like watch list right now, and it's the strongest on the weekly. It's up like 50% right now. So um yeah, that'd be my personal one, because it doesn't require any type of execution risk, and there's just so much competition on the AI side that it's hard for me to like pick the winner, I guess, if you were to say. But and like Farcoin is one. It's just basically just a meme. But yeah, I love the AI shout out in general. There's some real deep discounts here.
Yeah, I feel like you're right about Fartcoin, and I've been wanting to add to my position. I'm like down like 30% or 40% on it because I bought a little too high, thinking it would bounce sooner. But I think that one's gonna do numbers soon. It's just I've been keeping an eye on it too, and it's been trending up, getting a lot more like volume into it too. So I feel like maybe it'll hit all-time highs again. I mean, we've seen it in the past with Pepe and with other coins that had tanked hard, even with at some point, like the ones that like did really well initially, and then they crashed, and everybody's like, "Oh man, whatever, it was just a pump and dump." But in reality, no, it's got a really good, like, even Pepe was written in, like, it was written in the stars that it was going to come back up eventually and even higher than its previous highs, just because it's Pepe, right? Fartcoin is kind of the same. It's got such a good cult following, and like, I'm not saying it's a Pepe, but I'm saying it has a good chance of doing good numbers because of how much hype it had and how many people, even in their traditional world, enjoyed that meme. So I think that's one that has a really good chance of coming back to all-time highs and blasting through them eventually. I don't know when that's going to be. It might be soon. It might be in a few months, but like, I think it is going to end up coming back.
Yeah, and I would add as just one final comment on this play, or like how to play the trade. Um, I think there's two legs to it. So the first is these majors coming back, And for a lot of them, they move in tandems. Like we've seen, at least during the height of the AI bull run, that when stuff like AI 16Z would go up, stuff like virtual would move up in tandem. So if you don't want to front run the trade because the markets are just really skittish right now, and I can understand not wanting to deploy capital until there's a little bit more solidified footing, if you wait for stuff like Fartcoin to rebound, it's a really good litmus for just where to spend your time and attention. I think right now there's not a whole lot of value just spending a ton of time in AI. But if you do see that return to Fartcoin, if you do see that return to ARK and all of those majors, that's when I would move down the risk curve and say, okay, if AI is coming back as a whole, that is where I as a trader would be looking for new opportunities on the market. And I think that's where, we've seen the same playbook with NFTs. There's times when they go away and die. Then you have, a blue chip stock move to all-time highs, and then you have new collections that have never seen the light of day come out, and that's where you can get your 50x. So for AI projects, I think a lot of the stuff that's already been here in terms of just the one-off projects, not the infrastructure, those are likely just going to stay dead because the tech is going to iterate past them. But if you wait for the leg up on the majors and then look for the new iterations, brand new tech, brand new use cases, those kinds of things are great 50x opportunities. So once you see that leg up in the majors, I would really spend a lot of time in the trenches specifically for AI coins and really start researching because there's going to be awesome opportunities there right after that leg up.
Yeah, good call. Again, just paying attention, you can make money. It just it's so hard to stay involved every day now because there's not much going on, so people kind of get bored to do other stuff to go away. But if you look, when you're not lazy, if you look around, you're gonna find something to do. You're gonna find somewhere to park your money where you're like, you know what, I think this has a good chance. And I really feel like Fartcoin is one of those. And yeah, there's definitely other ones like just infrastructure plays. If you believe in an infrastructure, you just go for it. Yeah, Ross, thank you, man. That's some good info. I know you've been keeping a good close eye on the AI space, and you talk to founders and to just members on your show every week, which has been doing good. I like it. I enjoy it. You've had some really good people on there, and obviously, it's a much lighter crowd these days. I mean, if this was full AI bull, that show would be popping with many people listening in. But I'm telling you, you guys are doing a good job, and I really enjoy the people you're bringing on. So, for anyone that's interested, does compute runs every week. Is it always on a fixed time, or it depends on your guests?
It depends
It's
on
always
the
a,
guest. We tried to keep it fixed, but it's all over the place. But appreciate it, dude, and appreciate Wake and Jake as always. Always great to just come in here and listen to the weekly insights. So appreciate you guys, and thanks for letting me hop in.
of course, it's Wednesdays 5 p.m. Eastern, but sometimes it'll move up or down depending on the members, right? On the guests.
Tuesday, but yeah, we aim for
Tuesday
5 p.m.
Yeah, that's it.
Eastern. This week's episode is going to be 4 p.m. EST.
Perfect. Thank you, bro. I'll be there. But yeah, that's
Here.
it for AI. Are you bidding on anything else other than Fartcoin, Jake?
No, I'm not really been on much of anything right now besides quick little shitcoin plays.
Yeah. But bro, the one thing the next thing we're gonna talk about here, the thing that makes us the happiest, I think, NFTs, they're back. It looks like there's a little bit of activity here. It's been good this week. I mean, if anybody got into like obviously the masquerade, the art pieces that we were talking about even weeks ago, and we all tried to get it. Well, some of us tried to get in. You had to bid 2.56, and if you got lucky and got selected, then you had to participate in Sam Spratt's um, art. You had to do observations on the art, and you had to kind of participate in the ecosystem. Well, those finally were able to be like they were finally received by people that participated, and they were tradable. They became tradable a few days ago, and they ran up to 8 or 9 ETH instantly. So it was a nice, almost over 3x if you were lucky enough to get selected. And they're doing very well right now. The floor is still there, around there, 9 ETH, and it's very thin. There's a few sales per day, and it's very thin. Like I mean, 3 more sales, and they're at 20K. So it's been nice to see that an art piece took this much the Twitter this much by storm and our space by storm. It's been fun to see kind of a resurgence. To me personally, the masks aren't even that special, but I like. For me, it's the movement. It's the art movement that came with it that made it special. It wasn't just the actual art, and it's fun to see a new artist. Well, not new artist, but it's fun to see an artist elevate into the highs, kind of like the Beeple area. It's fun to see that movement in the art space. And other than the art itself, which actually that you know how that works, right? One art piece does well, one project does well, and it kind of brings in volume into the whole art sector. And we've been seeing some sales across the board, which is fun to see. But what's really caught my eye, and I'm sure it caught the eye of a lot of people in here, is Good Vibes Club, an NFT that minted last week for 0.069 and is now at 0.64, almost 10x from mint. And I've been fading this from 0.11 because personally, I don't personally don't like the art. It looks much better now at 0.6, but I don't like the art. I find it reminded me too much of a lot of the 3D art projects that we've seen in the past. And it kind of felt like a forced meta to me, where a lot of like I kept seeing it on Twitter and all the big names were talking about it, and I kept telling myself, "What are these guys paid to talk about this? Why is everybody so excited about a 3D art project that basically all the characters look the same except for the honoraries that people got?" And I kind of like faded it for that reason because I just saw too many like people talk about it and forcing it, and others saying, "Wow, what's going on with all the KOLs? You know, they're all trying to shill this project." And in the end, maybe that's maybe even if it's forced, that's probably where we needed to focus because it felt like there was just so much talk about it on Twitter for whatever reason, good or bad, or shill or no shill, that it did move, and in the end, I should have dug into it a bit more because I found out that it's a really decent um what's it called, studio behind it. Toasties is behind it, so it's cool. They ran up hard. People vibe with them, and also I think people were just hungry for an NFT project that wasn't just gonna rug, and that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing a lot of people. They're tired of shit coins. They're tired of just getting destroyed on everything they play, even coins these days, like regular coins, altcoins, Bitcoin, whatever you want. And they've been looking for to get back to their roots where they made a lot of money, and that's with NFTs. And we saw a lot of the abstract or even Vera NFTs do very well, and I think people have been dying for a good ETH project, and here it is. They're they have a lot of different traits. People vibe with them. They're some of the higher end ones are really nice. To some people, I like I said personally, I'm not crazy about the art, but because they remind me of those bears we minted at one point. Some of them are shiny and they look like those crappy ass bears that what hyper bear or high bears. I forgot the name of them, but it was just funny when they revealed. But yeah, I know I'm doing a disservice to this project by comparing them to that rug, but it is what it is. People are making good money on them. I saw a lot of people in MVHQ sweep floors at point 0.2, point 0.3, point 0.4, and yeah, I just kept watching them run up. I'm very happy for people that won though. This is fun to see, and I think this is going to open the door for a lot of other projects. Like right now, as we speak, Ruyui is minting, and that one's about to in about 30 minutes. It's going to go into whitelist. First come, first serve. I think a lot of us in here did win. So if you did win, go check actually if you can mint. The only issue with this one right now is that I can't even tell how many have been minted. I'd have to go on their contract and check. But point oh 0.09, it's on abstract. I'm not sure if they're gonna have a game or something. I haven't looked into it enough, but this one too has been pretty hyped. So if you're looking at just splurge on NFTs and you're whitelisted, might as well try this one. It's been pretty hype. But yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been fun seeing some activity here. I think I might just start focusing on NFTs again, and hopefully some of that volume comes into the older NFTs we already hold after a while. Oh, Lowlight says Rui extended guaranteed phase by 1 hour. I wonder why that is. Did they have issues with the mint? Oh wow, that's how many they mint so far. Wow, 65, 62 out of 7777. This is gonna go very, very, very soon. But they're not tradable yet. I looked around on Magic Eden and didn't find them, so they must be locked for trading for now. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Lowlight's saying people couldn't figure out how to mint on abstract, and I had the same issue. I was trying to log in, trying to not have the same issue, but I was trying to get funds over and I couldn't. So maybe a lot of people have their abstract wallet already logged in, but not their actual MetaMask. But yeah, it's been fun. I've been enjoying this, just watching people do well on NFTs. It's what we know best, so hopefully it continues.
Yeah, that's I honestly have been fading for sure. But I mean, if it does continue, then I'll certainly dive all in. I mean, NFTs is the most fun we've had, I'd say. I'm a little bit skeptical that it will continue, just because usually NFTs do really well when people are more flush, I feel like, with cash and they want to gamble on other stuff. And people aren't really right now, but maybe it is just they're sick of the shit coins, sick of the rugs, and they want to change it up. I've been seeing some more like influencers post about NFT stuff recently. I've seen I think the memes by 6529 has been pumping a bunch. Um
Yes, I saw
if
that.
anyone is
You're
still
right.
in that one. Yeah, the memes, that's the one. I think a bunch of those have been pumping quite a bit. There's been a lot of action in that. And that's obviously a pretty strong collection. I haven't followed that too much. I'm not sure if they're like doing another season or something, and that's why. Um, yeah, I'll have to follow this Rui one too. It's good to see. It's just good to see stuff doing well. I'll have to start paying attention again because I honestly I've definitely been fading.
Yeah, even on the abstract side, there's those bearish ones that really did well. They're at like 0.25 or point 0.2, like they were at 0.05 not too long ago, or point 0, like below point 0.1 not too long ago, and they just kept crushing it, kept moving up, moving up. People are just dying for memes. I mean, they're dying for a good NFT project, and you see that I don't even think they have anything going. Yeah, they're at 0.24. The bearish ones there, they don't even have. I don't even think they're a game or anything. They're just art, and people are going crazy over them. So it's been fun to see. I think people were really tired of shit coins, and they wanted to get like we've even heard on the timeline a bunch of times that people love NFTs, and I wish they came back. Like obviously, everybody tried shit coins. They thought they could make easy money. They all got destroyed. Even some of the most experienced traders got destroyed, and they all wished NFTs came back, and here we are. I think that's what we're seeing here. A lot of people are just going back to what they knew. They knew it took some time, and people had to get the gambling out of them. But like you said, I don't know how long this is gonna last. I don't know if it's gonna like just last a few days and die, or if other projects are gonna come out and do well. I think it has a chance of being that way, where good projects do well. But yeah, this could easily just go dry in a few days. We just don't know. That's been fun though. This is what we know best. This is what we've liked. This is what we've had the most success with in MVHQ. Even though, yes, we are multifaceted and we do touch a lot of different areas, NFTs were always our bread and butter. I mean, I don't just mean for staff. I mean, like, for the community in general. I feel like that's just the comfort zone that we like and that we're used to. So, yeah, I hope this starts another, you know, era of us making a lot of money in NFTs.
Oh, that reminds me. I shared this a while ago, but it wasn't live, and they are finally tweeting again. There's this NFT XBT bot that's just that's the similar as what's his name? Oh, the name AI XBT. But it's only for NFT stats that they tweet about, so it like kind of like works the same, but just NFT stuff. It's built by oh god, I can't remember the name. It was like some FX hash. I think that's what it was. FX hash. Is that a marketplace? NFT marketplace?
Do you have the link to that? I'm looking
Yeah,
for it
that's what
on
it's built
Twitter.
by I think it's
Oh,
built by
there it
those
is.
guys.
Yeah, my bad.
On like the Tezos marketplace. It's built by them. They worked on it. They've been working on it for quite a while, and it's finally live now. And they've been tweeting about different NFT insights, kind of like a three, mixing up my words, 3 or 2 tweet thread about like various like what's seeing volume, what's gaining in different and it's across different chains as well, which is nice. So I shared it in voice hangout chat.
Thank you. That's a great shout. I used to follow them on your first call out a few months ago, and yeah, there's just not much going on in NFTs in general, and I felt like their information was all over the place and kind of annoying, so I got rid of them. But I'm glad it's back. Hopefully, now it does a good job, and it's actually pertinent now. It's actually good information, so I'm gonna follow and put notifications on again.
Yeah, I think they have a terminal as well. Um, I haven't looked into how it works, but it might be similar to where you have to have X amount of tokens to access the terminal. But I'm sure if you just look at their white paper, it'll show you.
This Good Vibes Club is crazy. I even woke up earlier today and I saw it at 0.4 and I'm like, wow, this is still going. And now it's at 0.65. That's just nuts. Zane says Amber Victoria is dropping an NFT collection tomorrow. Is that what is that? And who's Amber Victoria? Why does that ring a bell?
She's the artist. She's done a ton of stuff. She's doing it with Itty Bits. I forgot about Itty Bits. I still have a bunch of those, I think. Completely forgot about those.
Yeah, I remember this artist, yeah. We'll keep an eye on that one. Thank you very much. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think in general it's a good call to just keep monitoring NFT mints now.
Yeah,
Especially if this Rui one does well, then that's like back to back.
yeah, there'll be at least good flips. But you see, it's not even there. It's not even just Ryui and these other two. Like even the Gigaverse ROMs that we minted at 0.095, and they've been doing very well. They give you good rewards. The rarities, the jelly cheffer ones there, the rarities give you great perks in the game. And like I even minted the highest rarity one. That's like at almost 1.7 ETH for the highest rarity one. So there's a lot of yeah. I'm telling you, it's crazy. There's just a lot of different NFTs doing well right now, and some of them are part of um, ecosystems and games like on Abstract, and others are just NFT like PFP mints, and they're doing well. So it's nice to see that they're at least holding up or making profit for people. I'm gonna keep an eye on this, and I'm sure a lot of people are. So at least for the next few days, few weeks, if you get in early, you might be able to make a nice flip. You know how it is when too many people start getting in and going crazy over it, then that's kind of the top. But for now, I think there's money to be made. Oh yeah, Steady Teddies are coming up. Maybera coming up. I think the Bear ones will do one also. There's a lot of hype there. How's secondary Shaggy lately? Not Shaggy, sorry, Cap. How's secondary been for Bear NFTs? Is there a lot of volume there? Looking through now, and I kind of see them flat, but I'm not sure if there's been not that many sales on some of these, but I guess they are kind of expensive too. Yeah, exactly. Not a ton of volume, but not terrible. That's kind of what I'm seeing too. Yeah, definitely flat. But this is just so spread out now. Even Ape Chain NFTs are doing very well. Like we don't talk about them enough, but just in one day they've been cruising. Like you see a lot of these floors either doubled or went up by 50% in just a couple of days. So Ape Chain's one of those where it's kind of being ignored, but and yeah, prices are low. Like what's 28 Ape, right? But you're seeing these floors double or triple very easily because prices are so low. There's a lot of activity on Ape Chain for NFTs, but I guess it is because they're like the penny stocks of NFTs. They're so cheap. You know what I mean? Who cares about $20 for an NFT? And you see like there's like 500 sales, 600 sales on some of these. So yeah, there's been action there too. So I need to call that out. But Ape Chain has had action, and it's I know we said this a few episodes ago, but Ape Chain is a good place for people that are looking to trade for very low profit and just play around and stuff. It's Ape Chain is the way to go because it moves well, but obviously you don't need much money to get started on there. So it's a nice place for beginners. It's just not talked about it enough right now, especially for beginners. Yeah, exactly, Theric. Where a $4 NFT could become a $12 NFT. A lot of us won't even bother. I won't bother. I don't care. I'm not gonna start sweeping 100 of these just to make money. And even if I do, like, let's say I do sweep 100, I do have like 50 of one NFT. I'm not gonna go through the trouble of listing them all for just $5 or whatever. So I don't do it. But anyway, I just needed to shout that out because it is seeing some volume.
Yeah, those gobs have just been steadily climbing.
Yeah,
No, those are doing really well. Those are, I think they're at
1.58.
all-time high right now. They're like 1,700 ape,
Yeah,
which I don't know how much ape is right now. I think that's like $1,000
50
or so.
cents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're doing okay, and G's on Ape also are doing very well. They're at 1.3K. So yeah, there's action there. It's just like I said, there's a lot of the things that you don't really want to. What's the point of even flipping? But I guess that's why they pump. Nobody really wants to sell for $2, so they just hold forever. and they hope that it gets up to 1,000 ape floor for their item, and it could happen. I'm sure there's other projects that are going to make it up there, like Kong on ape. I don't think that's been around too long. It's at 340 ape floor. It's yeah, low risk if you're looking for something low risk. Ape chain. Even we need to shout out ordinals too, because yeah, the floors aren't crazy high like they used to be, but we saw a little bit of volume come into them with Node Monkeys and Bitcoin Puppets, and even like other projects getting a few sales over the last 24 hours. Like it's been nice to see action. Like just in the one day, you had for some reason 100 runestone sales, 20 Bitcoin Puppets, 20 Node Monkeys, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but we're talking about a 0.05 Bitcoin, which is a lot of money still. And then just in the 7 days, you had a couple hundred sales of each, and other projects that did get some volume and a few sales. And I'm only mentioning that because I think it's bottomed now. I don't know how fast these are going to climb, probably very slow. But if Bitcoin stays sideways, that's usually when ordinals do very well. So maybe activity comes back into ordinals. I don't think it's completely dead over there. A lot of people think it's dead, but there is some money to be made. I'm not saying like go play in the ordinals. I'm just saying keep an eye on it because it's been nice to see some volume come back in. It actually starting to look sort of bullish again, and we might see a bit of a resurgence. It's just across the board, really. I'm seeing NFTs across the board do well. So yeah, hopefully that continues.
Jinzo, I just shared one more in the voice hangout chat channel. These charts are coming out. Creator of swatches. When he initially dropped swatches, they were really popular at the time. So just shared it. I'm not really sure how they're going to do because the swatches floor price is down. But if people are looking for mints, this one's on base chain on the 21st, 27th, one of those dates. But yeah, I just shared it in VC. So take a look. Should be good.
Is this the same that we saw a few months back, where the NFT moves along with? No, this can't be right. Does the chart just is it just art, kind of like what we saw that other guy do? I forgot his name. Um, Popular artist that did the what the hell is his name? Anyway, it doesn't matter. But does this chart move and stuff? Did you look into this at all, or is it just?
No, I just found out and just wanted to share, but I saw it called out and thought it was a good shout. They look pretty cool, pretty simple. I mean, again, I think the main collection's nothing crazy, but should be one of those things that if NFTs do pop, this could do well.
Oh yeah, it's burn your items to make new combinations. It's exactly like that artist. I forget his name. How can I forget, bro? You did so much stuff this last couple
You're
years.
talking about
Jack
Checks
Butcher?
by Jack Butcher?
Yes, yes, Jack Butcher. It looks exactly like the Jack Butcher stuff. That's what. Thank you so much. I was just driving me nuts trying to find the name. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's a Jack Butcher kind of deriv on base. I'm not like at first I thought it was gonna be like those chart NFTs that came out a while back that changed metadata as like let's say Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever they were tracking would also change. I don't know if you remember those they came out in the bear market. I thought it was that, but this definitely looks like a Jack Butcher type of deriv where you burn. I could see people getting involved, like especially the base guys that love to like play on the ecosystem. They might get into this.
It's like it
Thank you
says
for the show.
swatches. We'll be able to claim some of these charts as well
I
if you
think
want to play
so.
that route.
Yeah, cool. Swatches by JVMI are at 0.02, I think, right now. Let me see.
0.05.
0.05, okay. I think okay, they already started climbing. They're almost up 2x just because I guess people know they're going to get the next art piece. Oh, yeah, they flew today. I'm looking at it now. They did. Good call, Ross. Thank you so much. We'll put that on the list. I have to remember to check in here after when I do the drop list. It looks like these two are going to be good ads for the drop list. Yeah, anybody else? NFTs? Anybody excited about a project or, looking to buy anything? What are we shopping for here? This might be my I might finally get my exit from my ape eventually. Please go to 30 ETH, please. just tap 30 ETH. I'm never gonna forget when when Poop messaged me and said, "Bro, I think I'm finally letting go of my ape," and he's always right, bro. When he says something, I should just do the same exact thing because when he has a strong conviction, strong feeling, this was like a few like years ago now, 2 years ago. I think it's time, and it was the bear market. And I'm thinking, nah, they're gonna bounce. They're gonna bounce. They never bounced. That's 70 or whatever, like whatever range that was in the 60s or 70 ETH back then. It looks really good right now. Let me tell you. Should have just held the ETH and waited. Oh, G6 says potentially bullish for Ordinal's run. People are sweeping cats for pairs for 20k to mint the wizard for 10k. That's right. Yeah, we should mention the wizards, bro. I don't want to, but I think we have no choice to mention them. Like, the wizards are finally minting at zero point 0.2 Bitcoin. These guys are nuts. And yeah, people have been sweeping the cats to be able to mint a wizard. I get a set discount. I'm not sure, or maybe not a discount. I don't even know.
Yeah, you
But-
can minimum. It's like a point. I think it's 0.1 instead of 0.2.
Ah, that's it. Okay, so that makes sense. But yeah, I guess there's still bullishness over there. But I know a lot of people felt like wronged with the price, and they felt like it's a cash grab. Now, was that the ordinal guys, or was that just people on Twitter making noise because they're not at ordinals and find it a crazy mint price? I don't know. That's up to you to make a decision on that. But I personally think it's absolutely fucking nuts. Like, I'm not gonna go give 2.2 of my Bitcoin to this guy. But
Yeah.
I guess they're still gonna sell out, and they might do well, or they might not. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems crazy to me. I've seen a lot of people pretty upset about it who have been in the ecosystem a bunch for a long time. I haven't seen really anyone defending it, to be honest.
Yeah, I heard they made a really
But
bad bet
at the end
on.
of the day, if it comes out more than what that is, the mint price, then people won't care.
That's true. I heard they
Like,
made
it's
a.
like
I forgot what coin did they buy. Did you remember seeing that on Twitter too? They ended up like Udi made a really bad call, and he basically with the treasury of the project, he ended up buying a coin that's down like astronomically. I forgot what coin it was,
yeah,
and
it's AXBT.
oh, that's right. It was AIX Big T. He made a big bet on that, and I don't know why he did that. It's not even a. You're a Bitcoin project, bro. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, stay in your lane. And he ended up splurging on AIX Big T all near the top, and he's down astronomically on it. So there's a lot of speculation that they're not budging on the mint price because of that, because they need to refill the coffers for the project, right? Greed always plays a role, and it looks like the community is going to pay for his mistakes here. But yeah, I'm not touching it personally. If people make money, go ahead. It's all good. I'm happy for you, but it's just not my type of. I think it's just too risky and too expensive.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't have a good enough grasp on the ecosystem to have a take.
Yeah, I just know a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. I feel like right now they've waited too long to launch, and he's mistimed it entirely. Where now he just said, "Fuck it, we're finally gonna launch after over a year now." I think they've been, building up that project. Quotation marks here, but anyway. And all of a sudden they decided they're going to launch. But I feel like it came kind of out of nowhere now. Maybe they are out of money and they want to drop. So that's kind of a big red flag for me. They had so many opportunities to drop when there was hype, and they did not do it. And I have no idea why. I guess they wanted to extend how much they were making off the cats and stuff. But I think it's a missed opportunity. And now they're just like reeling. They're like probably feel like they've missed the bull market, and they're just launching to launch because they're out of money. But that's just my personal view on it. I could be completely wrong, and I feel like other people see it the same way. But yeah, just some information on how I see it on my end. I've been wrong before. I'm just putting that out there, though. That's it for me on NFTs. Anybody else? Jake, you got anything, bro?
No, I've not been following NFTs enough.
Yeah, it sounds like you're gonna start though.
I will, yeah.
Just gonna shout out again. We've been talking about it for a while now, but abstract farming's been picking up like pace, and there's so much you can do there. Many different games that people are involved in. Some information came to light this last week where their farming is dynamic. It's basically wherever most of the volume is, you'll get more XP for. So it pays to be in the right ecosystems. I know it resets on Tuesdays, so if you have time today and you feel like going through it and you haven't done it yet, this is a good day to really just go and push the farms a little bit and just play whatever you can that's free. Stuff like roach racing, super easy and fast. Like even if you lose, who cares? Just go participate. Penguin life, if you want to just create an account and do a run through their game for free, go ahead. Like there's just so much you can do. There's Duper that people are really big on. I haven't played Duper yet. It looked a little complicated to me, so I left it for today, and I will push more on that. But yeah, join us in the abstract thread. It's been popping in there. People are farming a whole bunch of different things. They're even streaming. Like Megan and Tarek have been streaming often, so come participate there. And I think this is going to be a good, like a low lift. Maybe not low lift. I mean, you still have to put your time in, but not very expensive. And really, you can take it any which way you want and still farm abstract XP. So if you have nothing to do right now, just join us on the farm streets. It's been fun. I'm enjoying a lot of the different games there.
I need a abstract farming guide field report.
There hasn't been one, has there yet? I'm
No, I
surprised.
don't think so.
There's been so much talk about abstract, but I don't think anybody really put a proper field report together yet. You're right. I'm scrolling through and I don't see one. Wow. I'm surprised. That would be easy points for somebody.
Meg says she's written so many threads. Meg, just repurpose those into a field report. You get paid for it.
Yeah, you get paid for it. Yeah, I've written a decomposed thread over the weeks in abstract. But you have been good at it. You, JJ, Tarek, like you've all helped me so much. That's been fun. Sorry, I'm just reading chat here. Yeah, join us in that thread. It's you. I'm telling you, it's such an easy farm. I mean, fun farm, not even easy. There's so many fun games. I think Abstract's gonna do well over time. They got a lot of heat early on for no reason. I guess people didn't get like fast money out of it, so they started getting hate. But yeah, I feel like it's gonna do well. It's gonna have a good future. Poop, you just tagged it. I'm streaming Penguin Life right now. Meg, has anything else come out with that game, or like what's going on? Is it just the same freaking cycle and just prestiging after you run through it 100 times? What prestige are you? What? How come it got reset? That sucks. Yeah, drop your link, Meg. But yeah, sorry for that little. Been fun. I've been having a lot of fun, and yeah, just a quick update. Like we'll talk about more farms if you guys have any in mind, but just shit coins. It's been a little. We talked about it quickly, but it's been really going in and out. There's a lot of pockets of activity. You can make money if you're in shit coins still, but you can't stay too long in a project. You can't have too much conviction unless you're buying something that's old that you think might recover eventually. Um, like I got wrecked last week. I had a lot of coins that I bought that were very good narratives. They did well. They probably pumped 2 or 3x, and I thought they'd keep going, so I held on tight like a moron, and I just round tripped probably 100 souls. So that was kind of dumb of me. But yeah, like I said, if you are good at shitcoins and you are very disciplined and strict with yourself, you can still make money going in and out. We were finding projects every day that are very good, or not projects that are very good. Let me rephrase that: shit coins that pump well and you can get out with profit. That's not twisted too, but yeah, there's money to be made. It's just like very dangerous, and you have to be very very quick and safe with it. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's
just
been
yeah.
slower. It's been a slower market, but there's been some really good ones shared in MVHQ. Stuff like Please, the JD Vance meme was shared like under a mil, and that ran up to like 50 plus, 60 plus million or something like that. Then
Dude,
like EIC, and there's been some other really good ones. It's kind of just been a little bit of a slower cook. And then it's kind of just all about getting a nice entry on it, and waiting for dips, because you kind of can get um you can certainly buy dips in this kind of market where things don't just run like crazy right away.
yep,
Um, more of a slower build, and then obviously taking out initials after 2-3x point, and then letting it ride it's certainly that type of market, I would say. But there's been some nice finds lately. I think especially with the Please one doing well for a lot of people. There's been a little bit more risk on, and there's been a couple other things running a bit more than the
Oh well,
past several days.
look at that, Jake. Not to interrupt here, but ask and you shall receive. Gladiator just dropped right while we were talking a whole abstract farming 101 literally typed up. Like he must have copy pasted it
Oh
or was
wow!
typed. He just dropped it. So get reading. It's a nice one. I just skimmed through it.
What I was looking for. Thank you,
Thank you,
Gladiator.
Gladiator. That's awesome. But yeah, Jake, like you were saying, please, man, that one there is gonna stick with me for a while. I got in at 400K, sold at 800K because the market was a mess, completely sold out entirely, and now it ran up to like 60 or 70 mil. It tapped up there, and that one there, man, is gonna stick with me for a while. Another big fumble. I think I fumbled over 1,000 sold on that one. Obviously, that's like if I would have held everything, but even on selling on the way up, I would have made so much. Like it's gotta, you know what I mean. But yeah, it's just you gotta stick to your rules. And I held so much other garbage. It's so bad. Like that one there was easy, and I didn't hold, but I made so many bad mistakes on other ones. But it's okay. We keep clicking, man. You know how it is. You gotta keep clicking. No crying in the casino. Yeah, Ezrin, thank you, bro. Thank you for calling that out. I also fumbled fantasy top. I did not enter my decks for this week. I Oh, you fumbled, not just me. Okay, and I understand. Okay, me, yeah, I fumbled. You never. You have too many decks. But no, it's not even that I didn't click save deck. I didn't enter decks at all. I thought I had done it on Thursday, but I usually do it on Sunday. And yeah, yesterday I was just doing other stuff and I completely forgot. So that's something you don't want to miss on because there's just the rewards are so good these days because cards are pumping and there's a lot of people coming into the market. So you want to get your rewards every week, especially right now where they're worth something. So that one there I kind of kicked myself for also. I'm sad that I missed this week. And it sucks that I won't be able to like look into every day and see how my stuff is doing, but whatever, it is what it is. I'll move on. The one I never do Ezrin though, that I always forget to do and I have only done once is the Monad one. I don't know why. I haven't gotten involved that much and I guess that's a mistake too, but there's just so much competition that I don't really it hasn't caught my eye. Yeah, exactly. Monad that's how I feel too. Monad is trash, it's a shit show.
Yeah, I'll probably
But
get on it once they actually launch the chain, but past that, I don't really feel like playing around with.
yeah, that's it. If you're lucky, you get top 70,000. Just too many people. So I haven't really found that as being plus EV to even participate, unless they somehow like give participation rewards down the line for people that participate every single week. But yeah, I don't know. Main fantasy top is where it's at. Ezra, I don't know how you feel about this, but do you feel like they're gonna have to start releasing cards more loosely now? It feels like there's a lot of people coming in and a lot of new players, but the barrier to entry is kind of rising again, like we saw a few months ago. Do you think they start like releasing way more cards and diluting it?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's a funny one. This last week has been kind of crazy because the floor price has basically gone from like 0.004 up to like 0.00678. So it is getting harder for sure to get involved. They've started doing things to incentivize people to move over from Monad, such as offering some of the Monad whitelists on the main site now as well. So the Milady equivalent on Monad, I believe, is in this week's decks, which is kind of cool. They're trying to do it. It's getting harder and harder. I was also looking at some stats today, and the number of cards being played is going down. The number of decks is going down because everyone's just buying up commons and leveling up because they're seeing how competitive it's getting now on the main like bronze and reverse. So it is getting harder, and they probably need to think about some way of managing it a bit. But at the same time, like 0.078 gets you a shiny pack, which could get you some great cards. If you think about how much we spent on NFT projects and meme coins and how much people throw away, I still think it's super cheap to start playing in comparison to other stuff. And you can just keep rolling over your rewards. Plenty of us in Fantasy Top could advise you on how to kind of get the most bang for your buck, but I just kind of look at it, even though the price has gone up, it's still so cheap.
Yeah, that's a good call, especially compared to the first run up. You remember when we were running up the first time? Like let's say floors were even much higher than this, and yeah, I guess dilution wasn't a problem. There wasn't that many cards out there, but the packs themselves were going for like 0.2, 0.3 at one point when we were running up the first time. So I find it funny that nobody's buying the packs now. They're very good value, especially when you can get really good cards in there, at least compared to the past. Or point oh 0.07, I wouldn't mind spending point oh 0.07 in a pack or two. I mean, you can pull some good cards in there. I think the hit rates are better than if you're just hitting fragments anyway, right? So yeah, I mean, fun game. I like
Yeah,
it.
for sure. I think they are refreshing heroes in the next week as well. So we've had this bit of a problem where they're trying to deal with what to do with people like Frank and Thread Guy, who have basically just fallen off the face of the earth. People spent a lot of money on their cards, and as part of social fi, I suppose these things happen. So it's an interesting thing that's going on in terms of how they manage those swaps, or if they swap, or how that works. So certainly a lot of stuff kind of being done for the first time. Lots of issues that they're having to deal with, but yeah, to me, we're seeing whales coming in left, right, and center. There's always some new player that's buying up crazy amounts. So it's still popular. And I think the barrier to entry is still low in comparison to other stuff that we've seen. So yeah, I would still recommend anyone jumps on. It's certainly the most fun I have every week.
Yeah, me too. I really am sad that I missed it this week. I love it so much. I love setting my decks. I like having like I really need to work on consolidating a little bit. I have too much trash cards and not enough rares and stuff, so I kind of feel like that should be my next mission. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. But yeah, I feel like I need to either burn stuff or maybe sell some of my floors and like just consolidate a bit. I have just too many commons that I don't use. So I need to work on that a little bit, but it's been fun. I enjoy my rewards every week. I enjoy ripping packs every week, and it's been filling that void that Rainmakers left a while back when Rainmakers went away. So it's been fun. I've been enjoying it a lot, and I'm happy that I stuck with it all this time because there was a point where you saw it too, Ezra, where there was kind of a point where everything was crashing and nobody was really paying attention, but whoever stuck with it still was happy. The rewards were good, and you know what I mean. It still gave us a sense of happiness to play this game. So, yeah, I'm happy I stuck with it.
Yeah, great time to consolidate as well. Like the floor price of the worst cards is super high compared to where
Yeah,
it
I think
was
I'm
a
gonna
week
do
ago.
that this
Yeah,
week. I think I'm because now I'm not even playing, so why not just start selling? It's not like my cards. You know what I mean? I should just list things and see how it goes. But yeah, it's been fun, man. Thank you for doing what you do every week. You guys kill it. The show was amazing again this week. Your last week, I mean, your guest was awesome. Really, really gave us a lot of information. So that was cool.
yeah, no worries. And yeah, Fantasy Top, I'll drop the link in the channel if anyone wants to join us in the, what do you call it, focused discussion.
Thank you, thank you. Gonna shout out a few field reports that came out this week. It's been a little light compared to other weeks, but we still had a few good ones. Um, Matarova updated his Monad farming guide. AI with the stablecoin opportunities updated also 3 days ago. Or at least there's been messages in these chats. I'm just noticing now they're probably not new field reports. I talked about them before, but yeah, Chelsea has a ultimate deal hunting hub for real world alpha. Basically, some stuff you can do on in real world for some flips. Uh, Pendle LP, PT, and YT. What the hell is all that? By Spencer. If you're looking to work on Pendle, DeFi protocol, Spencer has a nice field report on that. And Gladiator just dropped his abstract farming guide for beginners, and I'm sure he's going to update that. But basically, it gives you everything you need to get started and where to focus your energy. It's good to get it's good to read that because there's just so much going on and it's a little overwhelming if you don't know where to like focus. But with this guide, you'll be able to get started easily. So yeah, join that thread and join us in the field report. Read that field report and join us in the thread. That's it for me. I got nothing else. Jake, what's up with you? You got anything?
Yeah, I wanted to shout out the Meg tweet that she just had. I thought it was really good. It's opportunity to get some of the prompt airdrop, which is by Wayfinder AI. You can do some missions on their site. I think she said it takes like 10 minutes or so to do, and you get a percentage of 2% of their supply, so a cut of that by doing the missions. And I think you have to send some different crypto into that wallet. So great tweet, Meg. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you. I'll go show some love on it. That's awesome.
But
Meg's
yeah, I
been
didn't
on
have
fire.
anything else besides just normal stuff. Ethos still thinks awesome farm. Would just recommend doing the daily tasks every day. Review, vouch, fellow MVHQ members, get your score up, get your experience up. OpenSea, I think, is still a good one to, especially with that new NFT. If NFTs are going to start doing decently, then that's another excuse to also farm the OpenSea airdrop at the same time. So I would recommend using, obviously, OpenSea if they support the chain that you're using, just to try and get more points there. And yeah, that's
Good
about it
call.
for me.
Yeah, I need to do at least make 1 or 2 trades on there to get it refreshed a little bit so they don't flag me as inactive. But yeah, I'm done too. Stick around. I'm gonna just go get my stuff, and in 5 minutes I'll open up some Pokemon packs here on stream. I'm sure everybody's excited about that. Give me 5 minutes. I'll collect everything and I'll be right back. But yeah, good show, guys. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. That was fun.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks everyone who contributed. Appreciate you.